Oh my. Oh my. Happy Sunday, everybody. This is weird. This isn't even midday. It's not midweek, and we're live.
We're live. Leo's live. There's a fly. A fly got in, and clearly he's at war
Mm,
with this fly.
no. Well, good for him. I hope he wins.
He will. He just
Good.
has to catch it, and he damn near offed himself doing it yesterday because he's climbing up, running
Oh.
up over the couch and towards the windows. So it's been dangerous
Oh,
for my boy, for my boy,
yeah.
my boy.
Yeah. Hmm. Well, let's say hi to everybody before
Well,
we
all right. Well,
we
let's say
start
hi,
talking.
and then we're just gonna talk, me and you. We got a lot to catch up on.
I know. I feel like I haven't been
You
like,
haven't, and everybody's been missing you, and we got to get everybody up to speed. And
yeah. I don't know if anybody's been missing me,
no,
but
we have. I
it's,
get the
it's
messages. Trust me. It's
okay. Well, I'm glad you're getting the messages.
I
That's a
get
good
them.
thing.
We're afraid to message you.
Why am I
Everybody
scary?
mess. Everybody messages me, even people I don't know. They love to message me. It's
Apparently.
fucking
There's our friend Stacy, college professor T. Hey, Stace, how are you doing? I hope you're doing super fantastical. Our beautiful Miss Danny Marie, there she is, and there is we today all our lives tonight for the paranormal podcast program. Everybody's taking a reset and a recharge. They're like, hey, and it's
the
okay.
world is on fire. There's something going on, and everybody needs some time. Which is why I was like, well, tonight's a clear night. So at least I know I'm going live. I know, you got your own thing going on. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you
I
joined
have my
in.
own thing going on, there's
Yeah.
that.
Life.
Carrie C, don't know who you are, but
Hi,
hello and
Tracy.
welcome. Hello and happy Sunday to you. Mr.
Hello.
Stephen Kmetz, Digging Deeper Paranormal. Look
Digging
forward to seeing
deeper.
him soon. Miss Beautiful Sandy, give that baby a big giant smooch from Auntie Sarah. We love. Miss Kaylee's been on a crazy shift. She's exhausted. She took on a 16-hour shift.
Yikes.
So hello to you. I see. How are you doing, beautiful? We
Yikes.
hope you were doing well. We have Big Daddy Andy in the house.
PDA.
We do. There is aristocrat.
Crisps.
It's a Christocrat.
It's the aristocrat.
It's the aristocrat.
He
How
wants to
are
know
you?
how life is. We'll explain it.
Hey, Patrick Doyle. Don't
PD.
I didn't forget. I don't want you to think I forgot, Patrick, but we'll take care of the sticker situation very
He
soon.
messaged me this morning as well.
Okay, good.
I told him I got to find the fucking stickers because nobody
They're in
understands my life.
I know where they are. They're in one of the zipper bags. I know that. Yeah, I remember that.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you. I'm so glad that you have missed me,
Stop.
Chris. At least somebody has. At least somebody has. Thank you, Patrick. Denise Empey, there she is, the
Aw.
beautiful Miss Denise Empey. How are you
Making
doing?
supper. She's supposed to be making supper. It's okay. Supper
Yeah,
is it's overrated.
it's overrated.
I ate
Shayla, how are
myself
you?
into like sickness the other day. So
Yeah, even two Pepsids couldn't cure that one, right? Be careful because I thought it was a stomach ache too, and
yeah, listen, don't. I got enough shit going on. Please.
yeah. Carrie C is with Chris. She is with
Okay.
Horror Road Trip.
Safe.
Well, welcome to our circle. To you.
Me.
Oh, Chris never got his sticker. We'll get your
Hey,
sticker.
Sean,
Don't worry.
yeah, I think you owe me stickers at this point. Did you miss Shaylin?
I didn't. I said hello to
Oh,
Shaylin.
okay, that's because I was yapping.
You were yapping. Hey, Terry. Um,
Rogers.
yeah. And do you have stickers, Chris? Do you have any like horror road trip stickers? Like, where's that? Do you have a
I
T-shirt?
got
Like, I
nothing.
feel like I didn't get any of that
We
stuff.
got nothing.
Yeah,
Zero.
yeah,
Chris got a shirt. He's got a lot of shit. All right. Linker.
yeah, yeah. There he is, Matt Linker. Matt Linker.
Uh-oh.
Hi. We love
Sarah's
Matt Linker.
Detroit
Was I frozen?
internet is acting up again.
Yeah. It's not used to me being live.
Yeah. Well, I can do stickers, folks. We do them cheap too. So you just let me know. All weather vinyl, automotive vinyl. Okay. You can put them outside. You can put them inside.
Mhm.
Stick them to your forehead. You can stick them to other people's foreheads. It doesn't matter. They stick because they're
Just
stickers.
stick them somewhere. Stick
You
them.
just stick things anywhere you want.
Okay.
Toll booth.
It still hurts to laugh a little bit. So let's,
Yeah, don't laugh, Sarah. It's, for the new people on the side. Sarah had an emergency. Shanley Hotel, Kelly.
Hey,
I don't know.
Kel.
I don't know if you saw my latest message to you, but
Beth Brownlee. Oh,
Beth
there's Beth
Brownlee.
Brownlee. Hey.
Hi, girl. What the hell was I talking about? Oh, you had Sarah had emergency appendectomy, and apparently her appendix was being unruly. It was in a very very dangerous state, and it flipped up, and it was wrapped around like her prostate, and they had to go in and
Yeah.
maneuver cameras and staplers and all kinds of things around. It's so everybody knows I am a doctor when I'm not uh, here online. So yeah, so she had a pretty brutal appendectomy.
It was one of those things where, you come out and once you're fine, um, yeah, Stacey, because I'm a dude, you know that.
She's an
Like,
anomaly.
um, yeah, when I came out of it, right, they're just like, "You're good. How you feeling? Hey, Lori, how you feeling? You're good." I'm like, my right side is really like it was at an, and I didn't take anything. I took Tylenol and Motrin. Thank you, Chris.
Stop.
But for my follow-up, right, the surgeon was like, "Look, you know how bad it was. Like, you were really sick, and your appendix was not where it was supposed to be." So I didn't present with, appendix problems. It was upper like stomach issues, and that's because my appendix was flipped behind and up into my gallbladder, and they were like, "This is rare. Your surgery took twice as long," and we had to cut and move things around to get to your appendix. So yeah, so I'm a 6 to 8 week recovery. Yeah, right. Probably was all him. But it was one of those things. It was, and I was supposed to actually be traveling, so it was a good thing that it was caught when it was
Yeah.
caught.
Yeah, that would have
So
sucked.
that would have sucked hard. Yeah.
That would have
So,
sucked.
but I'm good. I'm on the mend. I'm next Wednesday in a few days will be 3 weeks into my recovery. So about 3 to 4 more. Yeah, it'll be 3 weeks, and so I still right. And I think, although on one of our meetings, Terry, you were on that meeting, I coughed. And that was like almost a week into it.
Yeah,
I coughed.
you were hurt.
And now I do, and I don't know what a herniated
You would
situation
know.
is.
You would know.
Well,
When my dad herniated his whatever the
yeah,
hell, yeah, he had so many surgeries. It was just one of the many. It looked like alien. Like it was there. It was like
yeah,
a bulge.
because there's definite. It's not a pretty sight, but it's all good. It's all it was at least it was lap surgery, and
Yeah,
it's all good.
yeah. You're gonna
I
make it.
did. I thought I pulled a stitch. So, but so far so good.
Oh,
So, yep.
I
Back. So
like.
I've been out of it. I get tired though. I guess that's normal. I'm assuming that's normal for what my body went through. I don't really know, but I do one thing and I have to like take a nap,
Yeah,
or
well,
it's
I do want to remind everybody that I'm hurt as well because everybody seems to be forgetting that Rob was also hurt. Busted up my ribs, my lower back. Leo decided to parkour off my chest the other day, which made me flinch. And I somehow now pulled a little muscle over on the other side. So now every side hurts. My fronts, my back, my left and right, and my top and bottom.
you're such a weird. And you're
Everything hurts.
this is very true. I can't, and I was like nothing over 4 pounds for 8 weeks. And it does suck. It is one of those, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Yeah, listen. So yeah,
Thank you,
so
Kaylee.
you're on the men's. You had. I don't know. Did we talk about?
You did mention it. Yeah, so it just was a kind of a shit couple weeks, right? Like I was, you know, you're never prepared for a surgery, I suppose. But then of course the following 2 weeks after my surgery, on a Wednesday, I woke up and my sweet little friend, my little kitty, was gone. She passed. It was not what I was expecting to wake up to or find. I don't know what happened. We really can't have any good answers. So that kind of was, and I'm not gonna lie, like I look for her a little bit every time I'm used to her, and it would be this time around 4:52. So what would we be hearing right now? We would be hearing her screaming to feed her. She was on the dot with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So that's been a little bit of a sucky situation, but that is life. She was only like 9.
Yeah, maybe it was her appendix.
It could have been her appendix. I don't know, but um, it
Rod is not
happened.
known for very great jokes. Just so everybody knows. Some people find me offensive.
I think everybody finds everybody offensive, but
Yes, clearly, this entire planet is easily offended.
maybe I don't know.
Well, not
So
the entire planet,
yes,
just a certain percent.
but yeah, a certain percentage. But I've been in my hole. I've been doing my thing, kind of keeping to myself. You haven't seen much of me, but I'm here.
Yeah, but we have been working in the background um on a lot of things. On a lot of things. One of them being, before we get into any of the nitty-gritty, because I do want to talk about my past couple of days too. Because
Okay.
apparently I got appendicitis or appendicitis or whatever the hell it is. But I'll take you all through a fun little couple of days here. But Sarah had an idea the other day about sort of a community driven community driven newsletter.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll do something with that too. So community driven, oh, he's on my nerves. Newsletter. And I love the idea. I did. So we kind of came up and Kelly, if you're still watching, yeah, I took a crack at the first one. So the concept is, every month or so, we highlight, or actually we have a team or a psychic or an equipment builder highlight themselves and what they do, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And then highlight one of their favorite locations,
mm-hmm.
along with something hopefully non-paranormal to do while they're visiting that location, so that kind of everybody wins. I know that when we do events like down in South Jersey, there's a certain location that we use a certain pizza place all the
Yeah.
time to order pizza. Um, and if you're not with us, I feel like you should know about that pizza place because they make good pizza. So that's
I
what
I love this idea because I think this is one way we've often talked about, and it is really the whole mission of Get Hunted. It is about lifting everybody's voices, sharing the community so you know who's out there. And what better way than having you guys, share yourselves, and we will bring it together along with you in a community newsletter.
yeah, in your own words, right? Who
In
who
your own
can
words.
who can actually describe what you do and your thoughts and your feelings about something better than you? So why have us do this? This is not a magazine. This is honestly, it's sort of a glorified post. So Kelly, I thought about you, right? Because I love the Shanley, and then I'm like, when you're at the Shanley,
Yeah.
um, you got to go to the friggin' Pine Bush UFO and Paranormal Museum. You just have to. It's
Hmm.
If you don't, then you're not thinking properly. So this first crack, we're going to talk about the Shanley and the Pine Bush UFO Museum and what you should do. All right, because they're fairly close. The front page is really going to be more of a description of what it is, what the expectation is, and thank you everybody on the side for the nice words. But yeah, you're about to run out of battery. Okay,
Just safe
I'll take
travels.
yeah. You just drive safe and don't worry, we'll fill you in. But check your messages later. I sent you something cool. So that's the kind of the concept, and we're going to try to kick this up. And we can't take on more work. We don't want to. So there'll be some guidelines as to number of words, and we got to make it fit. I'll take care of the layout piece, right? I'll get it cut and paste,
Yeah.
and Sarah has learned. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go.
Sarah has learned by through helping Rock Island Paracon Esoteric Expo, Rock Island RIEE, how important images can be. When people send in photos, they have to be usable. So we'll talk to people about that. We'll probably whether it's a team or a business or whoever does that first issue on their own, we're going to set up a little meeting and talk and get to know them and then highlight them and push these out. And we just think it's a cool way for the community to talk about themselves and share themselves with the rest of the community. Go ahead, Sarah, you can talk.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's a beautiful way to show perspective. And again, there are so many amazing magazines out there. Hey, Thomas, some great magazines. But what we're really sort of aiming to do with the community newsletter, and it is not in competition with magazines, but it's allowing your voices to be lifted in unique new ways, and giving you guys a crack at writing your own little article about yourself and in your words. And I think this is where people get to understand and resonate. We all love and follow different people. Sometimes we follow the same people, but there's always those people out there. And, so don't be shy. If you're a teen, like there is no requirement, how long you've been in the field, just that you're a part of the community. What do you do in the community? How do you have something to offer for somebody to collab with you in some way? Or maybe you're an artist or an equipment maker. Maybe you're a writer. This is just a great way to introduce you guys and then to sit with us for a little bit. We'll get together a StreamYard or a Zoom where we can all talk together, and give sort of our thoughts on how the layout should be. And then, I don't know, this is how people make connections. This is it. This is community connection. And we're just doing it through a newsletter. And, it is going to be done through social media posted. So I love this idea.
Yeah. And I love it too. So as always, thank you for coming up with a brilliant idea. And there are so many little smaller teams out there, or people that don't throw themselves out there the way we do, and probably for good reasons, right? Social media can be a fucking nightmare. But just earlier today, we had someone message in who is going to be at the Farnsworth this weekend, and they're having their honeymoon there, and they've investigated it, and she wanted to offer tips, and then she told me about her team, and you can go in Business Suite and read it. So I looked at their team. It looked like really, really cool people who I never heard of before. And I think it's a great opportunity for them, right? Linked Souls Paranormal, really cool people.
I love that.
So that's that little piece of news. We've got a couple of events coming up next weekend. We do have the Farnsworth House, April 5th. Right? That is April 5th. And that Farnsworth House, if you don't know, is probably one of the most iconic locations in Gettysburg. It's where allegedly, right? There's some people that dispute it, but it's where the sniper shot on Jenny Wade took place. April 5th, folks, and it's pretty rare that you get to do a public investigation there. We sold out all the rooms, which was not that that was not unexpected. But there's still room for, just the investigation piece. So if you want to come down to Gettysburg, and they are on sale for the next probably day or so, day and a half. We chop the prices and we get a few more people in there, because we can fit them. The basement's huge, the attic's huge, but we have to run this one a little bit differently than most. So it's going to be sort of rigid on the schedule, but it's the Farnsworth House. And if you go to Extreme Ticketing and look at some of the photos of the things they've captured in that building, it is pretty friggin' creepy. Some of those photos, especially downstairs, and the girl that, the woman that emailed us in or messaged in, she talks about downstairs. Oh, look at Michael Castro joining us from his abode. So we have the Farnsworth this coming weekend on sale, extremeticketing.com. And we have Mid-Orange Correctional Facility on April 12th, which is in Warwick, New York, which is where Sara had probably one of her bigger experiences in the paranormal.
I think a lot of people seem to get something from Mid Orange that a lot of people don't get elsewhere. But for sure was one of my bigger visual experiences.
Tell Kim I'm emailing her tonight, and I wanted to ask. I'm sorry, R&R. I was going to ask her if you want me to bring them, or I should just bring them at this point instead of trying to mail them to you, because I think you're coming in. We'll talk, but it's not a lot. I'll let you know.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I would just bring them. That
I
makes
think we should
me,
bring them. It'll be like Christmas.
Yeah, it'll be Christmas.
But they're done. That's good news. It's almost summer.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, I've had some big experiences at Mid-Orange. So, if you ever wanted to investigate that location, so if you've never been there, it is it's now sort of a soccer camp. Well, not sort of, it is. All right, got it, man. It's soccer camp by day, and at night, so all of the cell blocks are gone. They were where the soccer field is, but we have the big admin building. We've got the mess hall and all the workshops in the back, which we get crazy stuff in. Admin too. We've caught some amazing things on film, audio, and then we have the cottages. So I've got A3, A4, B, and the 2B cottages, which are crazy. Sara had her experience in one of the B cottages, and it wasn't just her, right? There were several of us that shared in that experience, perceived a little bit differently, I think, by each person, but it was pretty intense. It was cool. So I love Mid-Orange. I've been there probably 20 times ish over all the years of doing it. They are rehabbing it. So who knows? I don't know if it'll be there next year. They're slowly renting out different parts of the buildings to artists and things like that. So hey, Boston. So yeah, Mid-Orange is just one of those places that if you're looking for a little bit of a scare, it can deliver. It can absolutely deliver. So that's that.
Yeah. Great events. These are great locations. You meet the best people, and Mid-Orange always brings out some of our diehard supporters and great people. You can see Paranormal Theory. Two Brothers sometimes comes by, so it's just always a great reunion. I always feel like for Mid-Orange, it's big and everybody loves to get in there and work together.
Big. I mean, we've had, and I know it sounds like a lot, and it is technically for a public, but we've had 58 people there. No problem, right? There's enough space to break out into much smaller groups and get through there. I'm like hunting people. The last time I had to hunt people down at 3:00 in the morning because they were so wrapped up in what was going on that they lost track of time. and for whatever reason, I thought it was a good idea to drive home that night, which I
It's a rough
did.
one.
It's a rough one. So yeah, yes, the size is great, and we're great at breaking up the groups, the grounds. We are good at that. We try to be good at that. We keep every. Oh yes, Komatsus is apologizing because he was one of the group that was dilly dallying. Well, I was standing there getting antsy. So yeah, so we've got that and a bunch more lined up for the rest of the year. We've been trying to promote as much as we can. We have a bunch of merch on sale too. Look, the Paracons are starting up, and I'm trying to clear out some of this old stock so we can make some cool new stuff for you. We've got new capabilities. We've got a lot of things. We got a lot of things going on. So yeah, it's been busy. We've been silly busy, and with Sara being, taken out of the game by an appendix, it's been rough. It's been rough on me.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean for it to be rough on you. I apologize.
Thank you. Thank you.
I apologize.
You should.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
I think for me, I think this, the last couple weeks, because I've done bare minimum on social media, and I hate to say that I've loved it, but I have, right? Because it does give you a chance to sort of step back. I know, right? Like, how dare something happen to me medically that I can't,
I have to fend for myself.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Like, there's no, it's now you just say it's your appendix. Just do that. I went big. I had to go dramatic. But kind of stepping back from social media, sort of gives you an opportunity to be a little bit more of just an observer. And I mean, obviously we talked, during those couple weeks that I was out, and it was very eye-opening to me, I think, to not be so in it every day. And when you're inside the house, right, you just don't really necessarily see the mess. But then when you step outside of the house, you look in the window, you're like, holy shit, like there are some messes out there. And I did get to do a couple, actual real world things. I did go to the Detroit Institute of Art, and I messaged you, I think right away. I was like, wow, to be immersed in the actual real world where people choose to fill their being and their minds with actual stuff and good stuff and history and talent and creativity, and not just bullshit. It was just a moment. I don't know why it hit me so hard, but it did hit me so hard. So I guess as I'm popping on a little bit more, and you guys probably are seeing on the network, I am sharing very important stories out there of our children that are unfortunately taking their own lives, or doing things that they are influenced on the internet, social media in particular. And I'm going to continue, because what I did notice is that when I post those, the community walks away. They get a couple reactions. And thank you to Denise. Thank you so much for adding your voice to these posts. But what I notice is it's not what people want to consume, but it's the most important thing that we need to lift these stories, because this is unacceptable. And we are doing a horrible job as adults. We're doing a horrible job as adults in what we're exempling on social media. And I'm going to continue every story that I see, which 3 right now, ages 10, I believe 13 and 16, way too young. This shit needs to stop. And I'm sad to say that I bet you right now, if I posted something that was dirt gossip or rumors, everybody would just dig right in. And that's what
it up. Yeah. It's sad. And when you shared that story with me about Autumn,
Mhm.
God, it it infuriated me. It hurt me, and I made a very, very, very long comment on that particular post about at least my opinions on it and my observations as the father of a daughter who went through something. I don't know Autumn's entire story, and I even say in that post, I don't know if I want to, right? Because
Mhm.
it would eat me alive. But I saw what my daughter went through, on social media and what they did to her, and the crazy messages and anonymous messages she was getting. And as a parent, right? That like the whole age thing disappears for me, at least, right? Like when somebody f's with your kid, like all bets are off. All bets are off. So
Well, I got my ass chewed out for that. So,
yeah, well, you know, I can't help it. I am who I am, and this will lead into one of Rob's poor reactions last night, but that's okay. Um, well, I can own it. I wouldn't call it poor. I thought it was funny, but apparently not everybody thinks Rob's funny. Not everybody.
not
Most
everybody.
maybe people do, but none of that really matters. So, but we watch what's happening, and for me, I'm no psychologist, and I certainly don't study this, but I do believe that it's um, a learned behavior, right? I think most of the things that, thank you, Chris. I think that most of the things that um, our kids end up doing are learned in some way by example set by their. Hi, Carol. I've been in the Conjuring 6 times. Spirits will make you feel ill. I have to go outside when it happens. Yeah, I've been there 17 times, Carol. I get it. Um, so you know, this comes from somewhere, and as adults, especially you and I, especially the last fuck since October and beyond, 2.5 years really, of us just getting constant jabs and constant punches and constant memes and constant stupid things um said about us. It does make me wonder what these people, what their childhoods were like, right? And I know I've sort of profiled some of them, and I know they don't and probably never will have kids, so they have no idea what that part's like, right? What it does it really do to another human being? Um, and it's just wrong. And I believe there needs to be a little more accountability on the perpetrators, on parents of kids that bully other kids, on our school systems, on our government, on social media, even platforms such as Meta, YouTube, and TikTok, and all the places where people have no problem going and trying to destroy someone else's life, or have some big ass opinion, half of them using fake names and pseudonyms and disguises. I think it's gross, right? And then you've got the consumers of this stuff who will jump in and spread it and turn it into something even bigger and throw fuel on the fires. It's like I don't understand what's happening. Which leads to a post yesterday that I wrote where I talk about there's some generational issues that happen. And I know it's a broad statement, and I'm not saying every single person that was born from 1981 to 1996 um, is guilty of this, but a lot of my problems come from people in that age bracket. If they are, Denise, like, wow.
Well, I think, yeah, I mean, we've talked about this, and obviously with social media, when you and the kids that are affected right now, not everything is about social media, but the reality is the lack of courtesy, common courtesy, right? Just the everyday courtesy that we used to give each other, and the be you don't have to like everybody, and I always felt like what Get Haunted, especially on social media. Look, I'm not and it's my job. This is what I do, for Get Haunted is on social media. My job is not to pick every single person apart, and, uh, to find out shit on them and, be the decider for them if they are faking or not faking. It is about sharing everybody's voices as long as everybody is cordial and kind and right, opening a conversation up. So we don't have to agree with each other on how we view and explore the paranormal. I don't give a shit. And if you're out there faking it, that's on you. I mean, you're not really
Yeah.
offering, but hey, if that's how you want to express it, like it's just not my job. And if you in everybody like it's this whole like everybody's got free speech, but then they try to police everything. And then if you don't do
Oh,
what
yeah.
they and these are strangers, by the way, that come to us with this. And then when we don't do what you want, you come after us very personally. And I don't understand that. I have not made a meme of somebody and tore their looks apart. I have not taken a screen capture of your videos and circled your faces and made fun of you. That's not happened. But these are adults. So I am so frustrated with adults that certainly seem to be examples of what these kids find to be okay.
Well, yeah, and for me, look, so I'll get into a little bit of this story, right? And Stacy, I'm curious why you even used that word, but um, 'cause that was a big part of last night. But the vast majority of these people too, you know, again, they won't use their real names. They wear masks. They all these things, right? Yeah, and they won't. And if you're watching right now, and you might be, I said in the description, this is an open mic. If you want to come on and talk, come on, air it out. But they won't. They never have, and they never will. But the offer stands. All you got to do is DM me. I'll bring you right up. Um, so this little piece of it, right? It's been a little quieter lately, which is nice. But we had a guest, two guests go live last night, which, by the way, all the guests, I'm getting nothing but great reviews about that entire event last night. So thank you, Julie, Terry, Chris, everybody that was there. Like, people are writing in saying that they had an absolute blast. So, right. These other people can go crying. But anyway, Chris had a big old, you were born in 81. Fuck you. Yeah. Well, see, Mike did things a little differently. Mike actually went out there and worked hard and went in the military, and it just isn't a little whiny bitch. Um, and Carrie, I know it's just the internet, but it's not just the internet, because it seeps into people's personal lives. So we're sitting there, and someone, possibly Chris, did a live, right? Chris has his share of drama too. Some of it very, I think, similar in certain ways, certain aspects of it, right? With the presentation of so-called evidence and all these things. But I guess one of his haters decided to be on the live. Rob was a couple of wines in. Yeah, Rob drinks wine or vodka. And I was watching, and I'm like, who is this dude? Right? Like, who's this fucking guy? So I made my comment, because he has his fantastic hair. So,
No, don't.
right. But I made a comment that he didn't like. And then the next thing I know, I'm getting the messages of that I'm a pedophile and a groomer. And then he just starts calling me and calling me and calling me. And I answered. I finally answered.
There was your first problem.
I shouldn't have answered, but he was calling me for a fight. And as soon as I answered, he was at it. He was at it, running his mouth. Um, and I gave it right back. I kind of needed to. It's been a while since I got to say something back. Right, I've been sitting on my hand. Yeah, he called me a lot. He called me a lot. So we roasted each other. We sat and roasted each other. End of story. I won. Period. I won. He didn't like it. He didn't like it. So I'm sure there'll be more to follow. And today we had someone comment in, person I don't know, person you don't know, person I don't even think is real, is a real profile, but how we shouldn't have certain people advertise certain people. Guess our own guess. This person was so yeah. Danny got to, and she filmed some of it, which it was pretty. Again, I'm hilarious if you're on my side. When you're on the opposing team, I'm not funny. But if you're on my team, I'm funny as shit. So then this guy comments today how we shouldn't allow people to, even be in a picture at guests that came to our events. And I'm like, okay, like just with zero, like this was this person inserting their opinion on somebody, so, and that it's a bad look for Get Haunted. I'm like, okay, well, I think
first of all, that was the thing when I read it, because I had to ask you where this comment was. That was what was confusing to me. First of all, you don't get to tell us who our friends and supporters are.
Yeah.
Chris has, number one, Chris and Boston have helped us with their creativity, and they have supported us, and we have supported them. And I'm sorry if you don't like somebody. I'm sure there's somebody in your friend circle that I don't like. I mean, that's just how life goes. I don't understand. Chris and Boston haven't done anything wrong, and that they're not criminals. They're not using fake names. So I guess I'm very confused as to if Chris was there as a guest, why that has anything to do with anybody's businesses beyond me.
Well, and that's what I said to him. I was like, so okay. I was like, so, quite frankly, understanding, looking at anybody's past or private life is none of my fucking business, and quite frankly, it's none of yours. So
I know I thought about that, Boston, after I said that, but
so I was like, literally, I was like, but thank you for your opinion. It was very nice, right? And then he came back with more dumb shit. But again, to me, it appears to be a fake name and profile. Like, if you mean what you say,
but I guess
you are.
I think what I'm confused about the comment is this: so I guess I was a little confused. It's not a good look. I really, that phrase has been wrecked for me for a lot of reasons, but it's not a good look. But okay, so there's a guest at our event that brought a guest with them, and they're doing a live. Wasn't a Get Haunted live. Chris asked if he could do a live, and why not? Chris is a productive person. Boston is a productive person. These people have created things and opportunities, not just for themselves, but for other people. And so here they had this opportunity, and we were good with it. And to have somebody then come out and just be like, well, that's not a good look for you. And, this person, I guess, I don't know, it was fake. It's like, okay, but number one, they were guests. I don't give a shit if they were being respectful to the space and they were doing their thing. Then I don't understand what was the problem. They didn't lead a group. I believe they were interacting, but it's not like they were leading a Get Haunted group. That was a Get Haunted event, and Terry and Julie were leading that. So what the hell do you care? And what is the, like, I'm very confused. Like, this person doesn't buy merch from us. This person doesn't pay for event tickets to come support Get Haunted. They don't share our post. So what is the problem? Would you like all our guest lists so you can let us know who you would like to have at our event? Like,
yeah, I think that's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to hold meetings with people we don't know, because this guy was trying to offer me business advice. I was like, okay, I'll tell you what. I was like, if you refund their ticket prices, I'll take the post down. Never heard from him again. I did clearly not a real name. We know that this was it was a very personal. Hey, yeah, I'm telling you, everybody's no, no, yes, I don't know what that's a different one, but I'll get back to that guy in a minute. Yes, everyone's over 18 at our events. Um, it was clearly this personal thing, and here's this person inserting their business sense into our business, is who's never spent a penny with us, by the way,
Yeah.
not once, right? Never, even not part of the network. Just you're going to tell me. You're going to tell me because you're mad at this. So that's the culture, right? When someone's mad at someone, we're going to cancel everybody. We're going to get everything canceled, and we're going to go out there and we're going to say all this shit, but you can't know my real name because I don't truly mean what I'm saying. I'm just mad at the world because I haven't fucking done anything with my life. Just like this kid that called me last night. He was sitting in his dark room, wearing a hat. All right, I'm going to be nice. But literally calling me things, right? Doesn't know me. Then hangs up and writes me and says, I'm a minor and I'm reporting you to the police. I was like, okay, good. Here's the phone number. Give them a call. They're waiting. I mean, he's 33 years old, right? Dude, I know. You're 33, you idiot. Like, I know everything about you already. It takes 2 minutes to find somebody that obvious. I should just. So I don't want to hear it anymore. So nobody, hey, internet, nobody tells me who my friends are. Nobody tells me who comes to our events. Nobody tells me what to say. Nobody tells me what to do. My mom doesn't even do that shit anymore. It just doesn't work that way. So
Yeah, I just don't understand, like, Chris making content, and then I think it's the threats. I think it's the threats of, oh, you allowed him, and
yeah,
listen, and here's the thing, I am no stranger to threats. I've been threatened by adult males, well over the age of 30,
yeah,
that dig into my personal life. And yeah, I know everything that you have suggested that I know everything that you have on my family members. That's where we're at, folks. This is what is deemed okay under the mask of virtue. And, they're doing it for the right reasons. And all we are doing is here being in the paranormal community, sharing events and perspectives and voices, and we're the son of a bitches. And I'm so exhausted from adults just not knowing how to behave. Like, it is but Chris, this is the thing, though. This is No, you don't have a talent, and we don't have a talent for that. People have nothing else to do, and you go off and you say you're for the abused people, and then you abuse. You don't get to say you stand up for people and then call people names. You don't get to do it. And then and it takes me back to these kids. It takes me back to these kids, and my heart breaks for these children who, you don't get to tell me that your kid, and you did say a lot of these people that we've dealt with anyways don't have children. But then they have their friends calling them young girls or whatever. And it's like, okay,
yeah,
so my kids don't get to be kids, but you're in your big age of 30 something, you're a young girl. Like, these are the confusing hypocrisies. Like, I don't care what you people do in your private and personal lives. Go do it. Don't give a shit. This is the part that it's just, and I just, like, Chris is so talented, and I just don't like, if somebody could just point out to me what was wrong with him going to an event as a guest, and he asked, could he take a live? Like, could he get content? Absolutely.
yeah,
Why would we not?
yeah. Yeah,
Why would we not allow our friend to do that?
absolutely. And guess what?
What did we do wrong?
We're gonna let them do it again too. So just know, internet weirdos, if you call me looking for a fight, you're gonna get one. You will get one. And so the young gentleman that called me last night probably was not prepared for what I dished out to him. It wasn't nice. I'll admit it, but he started it. Don't make me laugh, Rob. I make myself laugh. I'm so goddamn funny. But he definitely started it. Don't call me looking for a fight. And if you call me, at least have some sort of like critical thinking capabilities, be able to articulate something. Do not open a call with and name calling. You're just gonna get your shit. You're just gonna get your shit handed to you. You're gonna. And then when you tell me things like your family members are gonna kick my ass, I'm gonna kick their ass. It was a roast. Get over it, little
Mm.
guy. That's it. Don't call me unless you're willing to have actual discussions. Um, and also be capable of what you're really mad with, because I kind of got the inside info as to what this dude, what his real issue is. And it's not me. It's not Get Haunted.
Oh, wait, the one that you talked to on the phone? I don't even know. The one that you
Yeah, the
talked
one
to
I
on the
talked to
phone?
on the phone. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess that's, it makes me wonder, like, and I wrote it in one of the posts with one of the 3 children that I shared out, you know, maybe the people that truly are spreading this misery need to reach out for help. Like, if that's what they need, I just, we're affecting more than we realize. And I just, you don't have to like me. I mean, believe me, there are people who have looked me in my face and called me friends and have done horrible things to
Mhm.
me. I know it. I know it. Um, but you know what I'm not doing? I'm not out there destroying their lives. I'm just not. So I don't get this. Chris, in my opinion, as the other half of Get Haunted, I did not see you doing anything wrong. I did pop on very quickly on the live and touch base with Boston, and it was great to see you out there doing your thing. And I just saw, and I started to see the interaction with this person, and I popped off. I don't get it. I don't go to people's lives so I can like say shit things. And guess what, folks? If there's a real problem, if there's a real crime, call the fucking police and stop the social media justice. You're just you'll lose so much credibility. If somebody was really out there doing something that was so effing bad, going to your little fake friends on Facebook and YouTube and mob mentality. You want to talk about what's not a good look? We've talked about this. We don't even love it when people in the network feel threatened, that what they have created here in the network is going to be taken away. They don't like it, and they do. They go. It's a natural
Yeah.
response, and
It's a lot of
I don't.
responsibility.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't love it either. But
to your point, when you like when this kid called me, I'm gonna call him a kid because he acted literally like a kid, like a 14-year-old would. He's 33, acting like a 14. Like my kid's 19 and 10 times more mature than this guy was. Danny's downstairs getting mad. You start desensitizing words, right? And it does. It takes away from actual victims out there of actual crimes. And they know these are the words. These are the words that are going to upset people. Believe me, I've had it done to me before. I know Chris has. I know a lot of people have. This word's going to upset them. This word's going to really incite all this craziness. It's what they do. It's what they do. So bro, you can trust me. Like, you're not the first. Um, and clearly you will not be the last to call me with some stupid shit or post stupid shit or talk about my friends. But I'll make it crystal clear today, right now, for everybody to listen. You don't tell me, you don't tell Sarah, you don't tell Get Haunted, you don't tell our network who they can be friends with, who they can work with, where they can go, what they can do. You just don't. Till you're paying my bills. You want to pay my bills? I'll listen to you all
Well,
day long.
I mean, if there was an actual, if we had, like, if there was somebody that we didn't know and there was an actual issue, or there was an actual criminal, because there's actual, just so you know, I've been actually come after by people who do use fake names, and their real name actually has been connected to actual crimes.
Actual crimes. Imagine
Um,
that. Yeah.
yeah, so it's kind of like, Chris is not an issue, folks. Chris Smith is not an issue, and you don't have to like him for any of the work he's done. Shaylin, I don't know you, but you've been nothing but kind here on the
Yeah.
side. So I don't know, unless there was somebody that was going to be an actual physical threat to our event. Yes, then please reach out to us privately and let us handle the situation. But this bullshit, I just, for me, it just takes me back to these kids. And just so everybody knows, that sweet little Autumn, 10 years old,
Okay.
has more, she had a spine of somebody, because she stood up to bullies. She stood up to people who were going after people she didn't even know in school, and that made her a target. And I, just so you know, there are many adults on social media that won't stand up to anybody. And this is where we need to take some lessons. We need to no, you know what, Chris? This is where we all need to come. I want to touch on that. This is where we come together, Chris. I'm sick of this shit that it's all of our fault that these people can't fucking cope. And they have big fucking opinions that they got to share with the goddamn world. You know what? No, do not apologize. These people need to grow the fuck up, and they need to understand what they're saying on social media. Do not apologize, Chris. You know what? We have, in 2.5 years, we've had to hear our friends and supporters say things like, well, I'm getting shit because of you guys, or I take hits because of you guys. You know what? No, you're taking hits because adults can't be adults. Stop blaming it on everybody else. It's not your fault, Chris. I'm getting so tired of being responsible because adults can't cope. Get some fucking help. Sorry, I'm being away for 2 weeks on social media.
This is wonderful.
And I know, come at me, you're going to do memes, you're going to go out there and say I'm full of shit because, I'm not love and light. No, I'm not love and light, people. You know what? I'm fucking real. And I do look for the light, but I'm just going to tell you right now, it's not your fault, Chris. It's not our fault. You can't handle being our friend. What have we ever done to any of you? And I will go down. You want me to go? You want something to freaking consume? Let me go down the list of everybody that's walked away from us and me, and let me tell you what I know on them. Let me tell you what their freaking problem is, because they certainly have a lot to say about me. So I could go right on down that list. So no, you know what? It is their problem. Do not apologize to me, Chris. Do not apologize to us, and to anybody that ever says, well, I'm getting shit because I'm for good haunted. You know what? Grow up. And you need to tell your friends who are giving you shit to grow up. Oh, because we have space for everybody to talk about paranormal. That's your freaking problem. Go get a real issue to go be outraged about, fuckers. It's not us. Sorry, but I'm sick of this shit. So you're gonna come at me, I'm gonna give you something to come at. Oh, you're gonna call my house, you're gonna send emails, you're gonna talk to my children. Yeah, they're my children. You want to do it? Okay. Well, just remember, at one point we were all friends. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't share the shit you shared with me when we were friends. Can you say the same about Yourself? Probably not. So you know what? No, do not apologize. Chris, you've been a friend. You've encouraged us. You've had our backs. Thank you for that. And to all of you else out there saying that you're getting shit because you know us, decide if you're our friend or not. If you're not, that's fine. Go do your shit. Do not use us as your excuse any longer. I'm over this shit. I'm over it, Rob. We're going to either continue and we're going to have space for everybody to have a fucking voice, or we're not. But it will be our choice, people. It will be our choice, not yours. Thank you, Denise. Oh, and by the way, just so everybody knows, Miss Denise Empey and I are working on actual women issues. So you better get ready to be a real sister, because that woman does not take shit. I froze. I'm surprised I didn't freeze more.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Because you're like,
sorry.
You're flailing, girl.
I'm sorry.
Exactly. And
clearly, I've had too much time to think.
Yeah, Beth. Yeah, I'm sure. And I could probably nail it, whoever it was in 2 or 3 guesses. Yeah.
What?
Again, she
What did I miss?
had someone give her shit for. I don't know if I was reading it properly. Either if someone from this network gave you shit, or because you hang out with us on the network. Hopefully it's well, not hopefully, but if it's because of that, it would make more sense. But if somebody from this network is giving you shit, Beth, and you let us know privately, I'll handle that shit quick like. No, welcome back, Sarah. God, I missed you.
I can't, like, to see Chris say that, like, think about that. Oh, so everybody who's out there doing something, we all have haters. We have to all apologize because adults can't freaking cope. Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah.
Are you freaking, there's actual issues out there. You all cry about your issues, but nobody's out there actually doing them. You rather sit on the internet and, come up with your fake outrage. Go out there and actually hey, if you have issues with, I don't know, you could be saving stray dogs, like actually physically going out there and helping them, or I don't know, go feed the homeless or work at a homeless shelter. I don't know, or actually go work with people who have been raped or are victims of pedos or violence. I don't know, there's domestic violence shelters. Go out and do something with yourself. I'm just like, stop with and these podcasts that, have something to say in the expose. What are you fucking exposing? Gossip? Oh my God, I'm going to expose somebody's personal life. Look how amazing I am. Oh yeah, super amazing. But in the real world, you can't fucking function. Seriously, go back to work at the Geek Squad. It's just not that impressive. I'm done with this bullshit. I'm done with it. And I'm done watching children taking their lives because fucking adults can't be adults. Be an adult. Have an actual issue. Don't like me. I don't care. I've had chicks sit there and do stupid ass memes and cryptid little fucking hashtags. That's your creativity. Awesome. Seriously, people. Get a life. I'm sorry, Ashley. I can't. I don't know why that made me sad watching Chris apologize for that.
Yeah, he shouldn't.
He's sorry. He's sorry for haters spilling over to us. But people who have called me friends who have talked mad shit about me won't even apologize to me. No, fuck that. No. Thank you, Chris, for being a friend. He's probably like, I won't be your friend, but thank you for being a friend.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm catching up here. Yeah, she did, and I'm happy. We spent a long time being quiet, and the truth. We tried to present the truth around our shit a couple times. It just wasn't accepted. It wasn't received. People don't want to hear it, right? In fact, one person that tried to share the truth was fucking threatened.
That's just wrong. Like,
It's
think about
wrong.
that. And I think you have a picture, like the whole picture of, um, that whole mob thing. And Shaylin, again, I don't know anything about Shaylin. I know nothing. I just see this sweet person on the side here. I know nothing about you. But like, think about that. Like, think about, I've been told that we've put people's lives in danger. You know whose lives you put in danger? You know the things you have said, and that in the stories you've created, and the narratives you've created, and the outright lies, and like, honest to God, and hear these children, like, that's and I will continue to post on these kids as long as I see new things come up on them. I will continue to post and lift their names, because this is a result. This is what's happening. There is just going to be a new generation of people who don't know how to cope, don't know how to process, and don't know how to not project. And I think this is where this is where we need to stand together. So no, Chris, we will stand with you. And this is where we have to stop allowing this shit to be what it is. Like, we're not asking you to go out and be assholes. Don't do that. Don't. But when do we say, like, this is enough? We're not committing crimes, folks. And you're out there acting like you're Judge Judy, giving out people's freaking sentences. Like, what the hell? Yeah, TMZ, like, worst thing on the
planet. Yeah, and on that topic, we're kicking around an idea for a special event down the road to sort of help combat some of this, or help where we can. I don't know how to combat it, because it's actually insanely out of control. It's out of control, and I don't know what happened. It doesn't make sense to me, but it's sad. And when we have kids hurting themselves and each other, like, it's like, man, you people can't find anything better to do with your life than try to hurt others. So, witnessing that last night, what was happening in that chat, I was like, do I chime in here? Because Rob's known to get mouthy, right? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Denise. It was the most ridiculous thing ever. So, and he's like, I recorded you. I was like, good. Please share that with the police. Let them see what you are, because they're not coming here. If all the other shit that these fuckers made up about me has never ever led to even a single question by the police, this little clown wasn't going to get anything.
Yeah, but think about, now you're calling the police on something that's not even
right
a reality, and then you've taken them away. This is the shit that I'm just tired of.
Yeah, filing a police report is illegal. You can get yourself in trouble for that. And down the road, it all comes out. But yeah, things need to change, man. These kids, like, when you sent me that story, it broke my heart. And understanding, that she had stuck up for other kids that were bullied and then became the target, brought me back to a big part of how we ended up, with shit aimed at us, because we did the same thing. We did the same thing for someone who I wasn't even the biggest fan of, but we thought that, and we weren't like hyper public about it. We just did not support the way that it was handled by certain people. They basically nailed him to a cross, crucified him publicly, made all kinds of ridiculous, absurd, frat boy kind of stupid show that it was. It was just disgusting. And because of that, boy, did we start catching hell from those same fucking people. So it reminded me of our story, and it reminded me that, these people are so damaged, and in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only, because now that's what they do now that lawyers got to them. This is for entertainment purposes only, and these are the opinions of the show hosts. They're damaged and they don't know how to deal. So it's sad. To this day, after 2 years of this shit, nobody's ever fucking reached out. Nobody will ever walk up to my face and say the things that they will say online. I'm waiting for the day. Can't wait. Just won't happen. Why? Because they truly know that they don't believe the bullshit that they spew. They can't. Hey, guess what? One of you, we have your audio where you say this whole thing, your whole 4-part series, you knew it was never what you said it was. You fucking said it. The day I heard that is the day I was able to fucking say, you know what? Nothing else matters anymore. Because in 30 seconds, you blew up your own narrative that you've worked so hard on for so many months. Right here, girl. Right there. It's what they do. It's what they do. So they probably don't even really hate you, Chris or Shaylin. They just need something to cry about.
Well, I guess I just don't understand, like, the, there are lots of things I don't like, and I just, right, you just move on. Like, there are lots of people in the paranormal that I don't follow, and for whatever my personal reasons are, some of them aren't probably even very nice, but I don't go out there and share that shit. I just don't watch it. I don't consume it. So I don't get it. I don't understand why it irritates everybody. What?
No, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, we created space. I worked really hard on the social media and especially on the network page to give space to everybody to share their piece of the paranormal so something can resonate with someone. I didn't say everybody had to get along. We are not kumbaya. But we all respect our pieces of the paranormal and we share our opinions freely. And, we understand that some people are going to go, well, that's not what I think. Okay, that's great. It's paranormal, folks. Not one of us really knows exactly. Some of us are a little more well-versed. And so, yeah, I don't know, this piece of it. I just don't understand why this angers people. And I'm over it. And I apologize for the F-bombs. I am look, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I'm a huge swearer.
What do you do? She likes Adamant.
I do love Adamant.
I know.
It's one of my favorites.
And, this is a great segue. Just so you know, you can order the second edition of How to Haunt Your Haters by Rob Stackwitz, a #1 worldwide bestseller. It is jam-packed with a lot of amazing information on how to really piss people off. Chris clearly read this book like 22 times now. Yeah, there you go. Boom. Bang. Pages and pages and pages. You know what you do? You read this book. Limited copies available. You give me a shout out. I'll send it to you. Autographed.
I do like Pat Benatar too.
Oh my God. No, you
Love
don't.
is a battlefield. But I think this is where, we do together. We need to do better here, folks. And, we're not going to change. We're not going to eradicate the online bullying because they're way too many people. But I think we can change pieces of it. And I think that's where it truly starts with us. And so no more apologizing, Chris, for any haters spilling over. We're not going to apologize. If you are here and you find the network and the space that has been created for you, because I do this for free, folks. If you find it useful and it's productive and you find it a great way to connect, then please don't apologize or make excuses as to why you like it. I think that those are the things that we need to be able to say to our friends. If your friend says, I don't understand why you like them, you can say, okay, that's great. You don't have to understand, but I find it to be good. And if you don't find it useful and productive space, then you can go and you can go do your thing. We're okay with all of that. So, I think this is just got to stop. This has just got to stop. And, or we got to find new ways of connecting and screw freaking Facebook. They
Yeah,
can have
I'm
it. I mean,
thinking
it's
we just
virtual hell. It's virtual
well,
hell on earth.
I say we all chip in and build a coliseum halfway in the middle of the country, just one big coliseum.
Yeah.
Buy a couple lions.
Yeah.
It's legal. And we just go old school. We go barbaric. And I'll tell you what, if any crybabies are watching, you message me and I will send you free Get Haunted and Paranormally Blonde condoms so that you don't reproduce. Free. I'll even throw a $5 bill in there. Save the planet. Wrap it up, kids. There we go.
Wrap that rascal.
Wrap that little weasel.
Oh, anyways, God, I guess, yeah, I guess I've been on my own for a couple weeks here, and clearly, so I apologize if I was,
Yeah.
I'm apologizing for if I've offended anybody with my language. I will not apologize for how I feel about this. It's been 2.5 years, and I am done watching adults be children. And you don't like me, don't like me. I am okay with it, folks. You don't know half the shit you think you know about me. You just don't. So have fun. Go have a great life. Please, I wish you nothing but success. And leave those of us that are building something together alone and go do your own thing. Because most of the people it seems to me, the people that have been saying things, their favorite phrase is to say, well, I'm not even part of the paranormal community. Well, then go the fuck away.
Yeah, seriously. I don't hang around like fucking car clubs. No, I'm going to come over here and just make fun of your car, even though I don't like cars. Because I'm a dork.
Yeah, a Nerf fight would be fun. Yeah, Denise, you have no clue.
That appendix was like a fucking balloon, just a balloon of anger. Clearly, they let it out. Holy shit. Yes. So this is why I dragged Sara online today. I knew that she was gonna.
Did you? Did you have a feeling I was gonna pop?
I did a little. I did a little. Yeah. That's why there's holy water over there. I got my protection sprays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and listen, I don't love that, he had this back and forth with this guy.
I yelled at a little bit. Not yelled at, scolded a little bit. She wasn't proud of my one comment.
No, I don't think, because it's
I know it's not productive. I understand, and it wasn't kind. So,
but I also get why it happens. I get why it
came at me. You started with me. I just answered the fucking phone after 20 times because I was sick of hearing it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Right in my
All right. It's 6 o'clock. I'm starving. Thank you guys for listening while I went off for some reason. Like, why the hell did I just do that? Like, I just totally.
Yeah. Yeah. So for any other haters that want to call, understand it is satirical and it's over the top. And I say ridiculous shit, people. I just do. I talk about I don't know. Stupid
no, don't go there. Don't go there.
It was entertaining. Even that dude laughed at the end. He had to because it was so absurd and he couldn't get a word in, but that's okay. I got 40 years of practice on this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not 40 years old. I'm just saying.
No, he said you were old, I thought.
Oh yeah, he said I was old. Yeah. Well, he came out of the gate with some ugliness, and I just returned it with brutal humor because I'm funny as fuck.
Well, I just know I'm excited to see what Chris got and Shaylin what they got from the event last night. Thank you for being guests. Thank you. The guests are all they were excited to meet you. You've gotten praises from Terry. So thank you for that. And I'm just going to say what I always say. Thank you for being the good in the community. I don't really give a shit what anybody else has to say, because you guys have truly all been the good in the community for me, and for so many others, because our numbers continue to grow and stay where they, the meat of what it is. We have truly, with each and every one of you, created something pretty unique and pretty amazing. So thank you to that, and we look forward to more stuff in the future. And I guess to everybody that's going to be hating us now, well,
welcome to the club, bitches. You can sign up to the Patreon. You get all the inside info over there. It's cheap too. You can get it in for $3 a month. Well, you'll learn everything about me. And Sarah, we get in there. You can, I'll give you my phone number, whatever. $3.
Well, they already have that, clearly.
Well, he called me on Messenger, and Stacy is 1000% right, because I actually did use a military snap back last night. I was like, God damn, I didn't know they could pile shit that high. But anyway, that's that's what I do.
Excuse me.
Why I have these stickers that say I would never share your screenshots without permission. And I'm serious. Free condoms for the haters. Okay, just message me with your address. I'll get them in the mail quickly.
Well, don't you get that with the
the ticketing system? But they don't buy tickets because they're not very supportive.
Well, they're not in the paranormal community, so.
Well, they're not in the paranormal. They don't care about the paranormal, except when they want to talk about the paranormal.
The condoms large.
Extra small for the haters. All right. Before you get me in trouble again, Sarah, with your mouth.
I know. Listen, I'm sure that's going to have all sorts of ramifications. I'm just so sick of being held like this whole, these people who don't really contribute. It doesn't seem like a whole hell of a lot, right? They're going to sit here and they're going to try to fearmonger. You've done it all to me already. You've done it all.
Yeah, you got it, Icy. I'll bring some down in Gettysburg.
Danny.
Well, PP energy. Yeah. Well, that's why, And these aren't even used. I'm giving away the free ones. I mean the new ones.
Why would they be?
What? If you fold them inside out, after a couple of days, it's okay.
You rinse them out? What are you doing?
Yeah. Those are on sale. Just so everybody knows.
Rinsed out ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't.
I gotta eat. I'm hungry.
Beth, this is why you stick around. So I am goddamn funny.
Oh. Okay.
That was crossing the line, Terry. Really?
Yeah.
I'll send you videos from my last call. Oops.
Oh, all right. Well,
I gotta go walk myself.
Okay. Well, with that, we love you guys so much. Thank you so much for your support. I'm gonna try to reel my shit back in. What am I frozen?
You were flipping around, and man, can I get you Starlink or something for your birthday?
Sure.
56K dial-up modem or some shit. Anything's better than what you got going on there.
Shut it, Stack. Listen.
Connected.
Yeah. Okay.
AOL.
All right. Are we done?
MySpace.
AOL. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, thank you. And apologize for apologizing, Chris. I want to hear it.
I can only imagine how many stupid things are going to be made about me with my rant.
We are going to have some magic off. We're going to magic off together soon.
Okay.
Okay, Chris, it's me and you.
All right.
The big magic off of 2025. Starring. Wait, we should, I can't. I can't.
Okay. Are we done? All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go make that banner.
All right. Love to all of you. We will be back. Hey, guys, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Paranormally Blonde. We have a great guest you're not going to want to that you're not going to want to miss. And we'll get back to some normalcy here. But please, if you don't mind, let's try to do one really nice thing tonight on social media. Let's just even if it's just not responding back to somebody that you really feel you want to respond back to, let's do one good thing and keep 3 young souls in our mind, so we can be better examples that need to be out there, because our children are being affected and we can't do this anymore. So, all right, make your banner. I'm going to eat something.
If you want to practice magic offing together later, we can. Just DM me.
All right, I'm going to cut them off now. Okay,
yeah,
folks?
cut me off. I'm out.
All right, so with that, we'll check you later. Bye.